So if you are muted, unmute yourself because I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want to miss one aside.
Well, we better keep our mouths shut then.
All right.
Don't want to get in trouble.
All right, I'm going to give you some instructions. Pay attention.
Okay.
In your kit, you should have some things that say motifs within the bark. It's probably some bright colored velvet and some yarn and some stuff like that. Yes. So you've got it all cut. Do all you other good all you other good girls have yours cut?
Yes.
Okay.
I was afraid to cut my velvet because I didn't know if there was a secret to it.
There's no secret. I like to cut mine a little on the wide side, so I've been cutting mine with an 8, and I never have hooked with an 8 in my life, but I got a new blade and I thought, let me try the velvet, and it does sort of loft up nicely if you cut it on the wide side. So what I want you to begin hooking are these little motifs within the bottom of the tree. They're like little squares or triangles. I don't know why I can't see myself.
We see you.
You see me? Okay. Do you see these squares and triangles?
Yep.
So I want you to start hooking those first. They're supposed to be almost the brightest thing in the rug. So you probably have lime green or turquoise or some fabulous color. And then within that you probably have some yarn or sparkly something, and that goes in the middle section.
Okay. Question. I have very thin yarn for one of the middle sections.
Show me.
And I'm just
Yes.
wondering
You
if
should.
I should double it up.
Yes, at
or
least
triple it up.
double or triple, yep, and it's going to look like confetti. It's going to be really cool.
All right.
So,
I will do that.
yep. So I'm going to show you what I showed the other ladies. If I move over just so like this, it looks like I'm wearing a crown.
Well done.
I know how to do that.
It's just that Venetian mirror in my dining room.
That's funny.
All right. Woo.
I've been married.
Tired.
I've been married 50 years and I've hardly done a dish my whole life.
Do you want
Well, I don't, but I wish, I always wish he had 10 brothers because I have single girlfriends who would like one.
Oh, I love the way this is hooking up.
Oh, good. What are you using, the velvet?
No, actually, I'm doing the middle with the
the yarn?
strings of yarn.
Yes. Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
It's kind of
Just-
well-behaved yarn.
Well, I would not have guessed it. I have a little bit of yarn, as you might see on my back wall. So
I did see that. I had a little fiber envy there.
yeah, I got a little bit of yarn there.
Yeah.
I can't help myself. It's a disease.
So after you get your squares and triangles hooked, and I know you're not there yet, you should cut the piece marked bark and alternate bark.
Yeah. I've got those done.
Oh, good. Aren't you? You're just an overachiever.
Well, that's what the directions said.
Well, not everybody listened, I can assure you. At least not the last group.
Oh, okay.
All right, here's the mini-me. She's going to lean in. This is my assistant, My
Hi,
daughter,
Michelle.
this is
Hi,
my daughter Michelle.
I'm Michelle.
Hi.
You're the other Michelle.
As long as you yell Michelle, someone will answer. And my son dated a girl named Michelle for a while. That was very confusing.
gosh.
Yeah, it was bad.
So then when he called his wife Michelle all the time because me and
Yeah.
her.
I love this.
And we
How fun is
we
this?
lost your voice when you were trying to ask a question. This is the one my daughter and I are doing.
Pull back a little bit. I don't know. Or I can stand up and do it.
I love the idea of a Klimt tree.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad.
Now with this thicker yarn that is thin and thick,
Yes.
would you double that up or use that single strand?
I like double because I'm always in a hurry.
Okay, fair enough.
But you'll see how it hooks. You might change your mind,
Yep.
which you are allowed to do.
I'm liking this already. Thank you.
Yay. I'm in beautiful New Haven, Connecticut,
Okay,
not far from the Long Island Sound.
okay.
So I'm
I
about
was born and raised in Rhode Island.
I'm about 3 miles from the ocean. And I live in a part of New Haven that has the Yale athletic fields, and it's very beautiful park-like surroundings everywhere. And
That's nice.
yeah, I have lovely neighbors and a beautiful.
Have you been hit by the tornado?
Yes, we were
The
without.
hurricanes?
Yes, we were without power for several days.
Oof, well,
Which-
there are 2 more coming.
It's a special kind of torture. Yeah, I don't think they're coming here though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I still have family on the East Coast, and my grandmother used to hook rugs, lived in Massachusetts.
Oh, what was her name?
Edith Edith Rohr Horner.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. All right. Lots of yarn here. Okay, got my yarns done.
Okay. Now you're gonna do the space around them.
In the velvet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kim, how are you doing?
Doing fine.
Okay, good. Uh,
Velvet.
oh, very nice. Pink velvet.
So, is there a trick to this velvet? I mean, is there a... Obviously, you want to hook it with the fluffy side up.
Yeah,
but-
that's about all I can tell you.
Alright.
I do try to pull it a little bit higher than the wool,
Okay.
so I get the effect of the loft. And I have not used a lot of the velvet. I've used some of it recently, but somebody told me when you press it, you lose a little bit of that fluffiness. So you
I
might
was
want
wondering
you
about
might
that,
want to
yeah.
even press around it.
So which motif are we doing?
You're supposed to be doing the ones at the bottom of the tree within the bark. There's squares and triangles or something. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I gotta tell
I go around,
Okay.
but
so
that's
we're
just me.
going-
You could do anything you
Yeah.
want.
You know,
Mine is your picture.
the velvet looks like it's got a deep line across the top when you hook it. It's interesting.
Good. We like interesting.
Yes, of course.
Ann, did you have a question, or were you just showing me?
I have a different picture.
Yeah, of course. They're all different.
Oh,
At the bottom of the tree, within the bark, you have some shapes. Squares, triangles, something. Do you want to show me?
I found it. I just was confused because the picture is different.
Okay. I had to entertain myself some way. So some of them have birds. I think they all have birds, but some have nests. Some have an Egyptian eye. Some of them have teardrops, triangles. Yeah, leaves.
Flowers.
They all have flowers. Beautiful lunch. It's it's a whole different time here. I made a trout chowder.
Ooh.
Yum.
That is different.
You can have some.
I want some.
It's ready.
I want some.
You have leftovers for lunch.
Yeah, well, that was leftovers that I fancied up.
There you go. Told my husband there's lasagna. There's leftover lasagna for lunch.
Oh, that's not hard to take.
No.
Where'd you get your trout, Michelle?
My son gave it to me because someone gave it to him, and his wife does not cook fish.
Oh,
So I inherited this beautiful pink steelhead trout, which
wow.
I prepared amandine the other night. My daughter made mashed potatoes, and we had fresh vegetables from the garden. And
Nice.
then I chopped it up, and I chopped up the vegetables, and I made the whole thing into a chowder with coconut milk.
Ooh.
It was very good.
Our invitation must have got lost in the mail.
Yes,
Yep.
wait, open wide, I'll,
So what are you growing in your garden?
well, right now the tomatoes are just coming, so we're very excited about that. We've got plenty of zucchini. We grow the flat Italian green beans, the Romano beans.
Okay.
We've had peppers for breakfast.
Wow.
Right from the garden, we picked them this morning and threw them in a pan.
Nice.
And we grow lots and lots of hot peppers.
Do you
Several.
dry them?
No, we throw them in usually oil and vinegar, and
Okay.
but we eat them right up. I stuff them, and we eat them for hors d'oeuvres.
Nice.
Yeah, I stuff them with sausage and cheese.
Well, I've got tomatoes in my greenhouse. I have an abundance. I have all sorts of cherry tomatoes and a couple of early girl tomato plants. And I got basil in there and spinach.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of herbs.
And then, and chives. And then in the garden, we've got cucumbers for pickling.
Oh
They're
yeah,
just
we
starting-
have a lot of cucumbers. More than we can eat.
Tons of
And
figs.
then, potatoes. And then I've got a couple 3 beds with plants for dyeing.
Oh, very nice. We have a lot of figs.
Mmm.
We have a fig tree. Oh, look at that beautiful ceiling fan. Who is that?
That's my house. This is Linda's house.
Oh, hi Linda's house. I suppose you could tell, because I don't talk about anything but food. I used to be a caterer.
Oh, alright.
So for 20 years before I was a full-time rug hooking artist, I was a caterer and I owned a couple of restaurants.
Nice.
It's hard work.
Yeah, it is hard work.
But I'm a good cook, and if anybody ever shows up, I'll feed you.
I'm gonna have to go back east just to come say hello.
That's right. And I have more news.
Oh,
I have an indoor swimming pool at my house.
Well, it's been a while since I put on a bathing suit. I don't know if you want that.
Well, or you could swim naked, one or the other.
That might be more terrifying.
Well, you know the old joke about the woman who walks by her husband naked, and he says, "Oh, you know, you need to iron that."
Oh! Oh!
So next week I'm going to try to put you on my iPad, and I'll give you a little tour of my studio, and I'll show you the indoor swimming pool
Alright.
and my skull collection, and maybe we'll show you a nice piece of pottery.
Your skull collection?
I have a skull collection, antlers. I'm kind of a naturalist. And my daughter likes to bring in bizarre mushrooms and lay them out on the furniture. You know, we're all fascinated with whatever's out there.
Yeah.
I seem to find all sorts of feathers all the time on my walks.
Oh, yes.
I love my feathers.
That's some kind of visitation.
Yep, exactly. Owls and hawks and a few magpie feathers and a few downy woodpeckers, but I
Yeah.
think the owls and the hawks and I have a thing going.
Oh, nice. We had a hawk in our yard all morning screaming. I'll show you some feathers. Can you see these?
Oh yeah, beautiful. Nicely mounted.
Yes, my sister gave those to me.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, mine are just on my fire hearth.
Yes, I stick them in my plants, I stick them in my hair, wherever they want to go.
Well, I'm the only one gabbing.
Yeah, what's wrong with you ladies? Are we offending you?
That's pretty hard to do.
Well, the only good thing about all this remote stuff is you don't have to shower. And you don't have to put pants on either.
Yeah.
Well, I splurged. This was a big day for me.
Woohoo! I make jewelry too. Should we have a little show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Here's one of my necklaces.
Wow. What?
Is
Oh
that,
my gosh, that's beautiful.
is that worthy of the queen?
That's gorgeous.
Like an empress
Yes.
choker.
That's gorgeous.
People say to me,
Nautilus.
excuse me?
What's that nautilus in the
center made
It's
of.
an ammonite. It's an actual stone. It's a fossilized ammonite.
Very cool. A fossil.
Yes. And when people say to me, "What do you wear with that?" I say perfume.
Well, I'm also a painter.
Oh,
I don't
good.
know if you see
Yes.
my paintings.
Oh, you left off the word talented. Very nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, beautiful.
And a photographer.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm not opposed to a little horse trading now and then.
You know, I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
I'm actually, I had a photo in the Smithsonian for 6 months.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had my ass in the Smithsonian for 6 hours.
Man, if I could fist bump you right now, I'd let that was such a good.
You know what, Michelle? I like you so much. All right. That's
Well,
awesome.
Well, in my
That's awesome.
in my elderly years, I'm thinking of going to do a little stand-up.
You should.
I said I had to wait for most of my family to die, and now I'm ready.
What do you think? Well, I'm no good at showing things.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Who's showing? Who's showing that?
Linda.
Oh, Linda, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
Go ahead again. That's great.
Linda, are you ready to move on?
Well, there's another one I could do.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Are you okay? Are you all right?
Was that the dog?
That was her frame.
I read the geek frame.
Those are the hot peppers she had for lunch.
So Linda's frame is gonna be in the Smithsonian.
Linda, you could rub that with a little soap, a little bar of soap, and it would slide around without that noise.
I don't use a frame.
Oh.
I
Well,
have one, but I can't stand it.
oh, so what was making that noise?
Not me.
It was Linda's frame.
It was my frame.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Where's Gwen? I want to hear your sweet
Yeah,
voice.
Gwen, come on.
You guys, I'm right here. I'm just hooking away.
Yeah, but we can't see your face.
Michelle, there is something not working correctly with the camera. So, we couldn't get that resolved,
Okay. Is
but
there
we will for next class.
is
We
there
will
a
for
little
next-
camera at the bottom of your screen?
There is.
Touch it.
I did. I
Okay.
have been. Yeah. I think that it has something to do with the hardware piece,
Oh, okay.
not the connection. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll just envision your little face however I want.
Okay.
However I want.
It's very beautiful.
And what a beautiful blouse you're wearing.
Oh, well, I really appreciate it. What do you think
She's
of my
naked.
earrings?
What do you think?
They're a little small for me.
Oh, okay. Well,
Gwen, can you see everyone?
yes, I can.
Okay. I'm also in my past made dolls, so I'm going to show you one of my dolls.
Oh, wonderful.
Can you see her?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
She's got have feathers.
And her
Lots of
necklace.
character.
Oh, yeah.
And her necklace.
Oh, and be sure to look at her necklace. I make necklaces for the dolls too.
Oh my gosh, of course. Look at her. Do you mold the face also, or do you buy that part?
No, I made that. That's polymer clay.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. I like to pretend that's me in my really, really old age when I just go in the woods and contemplate what I did. When I'm old and skinny and decrepit. I have my shaman stick with me.
Yeah.
One and a half done.
Okay. When you're ready, we're going to move on to the alternate bark.
All right.
We don't need to be done with these other things before we move on, right?
No, you don't. So the alternate bark, do you see the shape at the bottom of the tree that's sort of round and odd? Yes. So that's where your alternate bark goes. And when I drew this, my vision was that there was some moss or lichen or something on that tree here and there. So that's the alternate bark. The rusty wool, that beautiful hand-dyed wool that I sent, is the bark. The one that's
Okay.
more orange rust. And when you're hooking in the bark, every now and then you could take a little bit of the alternate bark and just put a streak here and there.
So do you want us to do the alternate bark first?
Yeah, do a section of that first.
All right, well,
So, and Michelle, my alternate bark is not drawn on, but I see it in the picture, so
Oh,
I can
yeah.
just add it.
Yeah, just add it.
Okay.
I can't be expected to do everything.
No, it's not a problem. I'm just trying to figure out how much of it lost.
Did you all get your kits in a timely fashion?
Michelle,
Yes.
my alternate dark part is white and my main one is dark.
Correct.
Okay. And the alternate part goes,
On the bottom left, see that little shape in the tree? It's kind of got a little round edge.
that's the alternate part.
That's where it goes, yeah?
Did you dye all these, Michelle?
Yes, my daughter and I died like crazy. And of course, we were in the thick of it when the power went out.
Oh, no.
So, although we could continue to dye in the dark, we had no washer, dryer, no Alexa to entertain us, no air conditioning. So we stopped and hoped that the power would be on in a few days, and it was on in about 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah, it was a long time to be without power.
That's
we
hot.
have a generator.
Yeah. Yeah, it was hot.
We have an old Korean War era generator that keeps the whole house going when we lose power.
Oh, sounds like my father.
Longest we've been out without power here is a couple hours.
Yeah.
48 hours was our longest.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No.
It's just before people start murdering each other.
After the booze is all gone.
That's right. And all of the food in the fridge and the freezer goes bad.
Well, we packed ours with ice.
Yeah.
We could get ice, it was only a small area here that was out, and so we could just drive to the next neighborhood and buy
Okay,
food
that's
and
good.
ice. Yeah, it was good. And my son had power. And two of my neighbors have generators, so if we get desperate, we go charge our phones at their houses.
That's nice.
You gotta be desperate though, cause then you have to talk to them.
It really does.
It's a beautiful sunny day here.
It's sunny, but it's really hazy. It's
Oh.
Very
just a
hot.
white sky. There's not a lick of blue in it.
And
It's
is
just
that,
white.
is that the smoke?
Yep.
Well, where the fire is from our house.
Yeah.
I should say the, small fire.
Yeah.
There's only 9,000 acres.
Must
My,
be rough.
my husband told me last night that he just found out that two of his acquaintances just lost their homes in California.
Oh, how awful.
We lost ours 7 years ago
Uh-huh.
in the Black Forest fire.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it sucked.
Are your areas mostly COVID-free, or are you having outbreaks?
We're still having outbreaks. I know that yesterday they said we lost 10 people to COVID, and the day before we lost 12.
Uh-huh.
Our town is not very good about keeping masks on.
Oh, the
boy.
non-compliant people.
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
Yeah, no, we can't go there.
That Karen is the blabbermouth.
Okay. Karen, what town do you live in?
Black Forest. I am down south. I'm just north of Colorado Springs.
I just booked school in Seattle in 2021 yesterday.
I love Seattle. I think it's just fun.
I'm sure.
I've been through Seattle. I haven't spent any time there. Is it a cultural city or is it more fishing wharfs?
I've never been there, but I believe it's I don't know if I describe it as a cultural city. From what I know, a lot of people migrate there that are artistic and on the wild
Okay.
side, like old hippies. Old hippies are attracted there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know they make good coffee there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I got my square done.
I love it. It's very pretty.
Yep. And then I think I'm gonna go ahead and fill this in.
All right.
I get easily distracted.
Me too. If I see a cardinal, I might leave. I wish someone else would have something to say.
When you go to Seattle, save some time.
I know, but you don't
Be
want to hear
familiar
it
with,
now.
the
Oh, Chihuly glass. Yes,
Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
lots of Chihuly glass.
They have a beautiful museum and exhibit there,
Oh.
including the gardens. It's actually
Yeah.
a study.
Yes. The Brooklyn Botanical Gardens had a Chihuly show where they had the glass all in the gardens and floating in boats and hanging from ceilings, and it was pretty wonderful.
Yeah, this is a permanent
Yeah.
exhibit, but it's definitely worth the stop if you've got extra time.
Yes, I do love glass. And Dale Chihuly was friends with somebody who owned a restaurant here in Connecticut, and he sent a chandelier,
Oh my gosh.
not knowing it was a little tiny restaurant.
And his aren't small.
And when my husband went in, he said it hung from the ceiling to the floor.
Oh my gosh.
And he was he was there on business, and he said to the owner, is that your holy glass? He said, oh, look.
It was made by a person who studied under a person who studied with
Oh,
Chihuly.
yes.
And he
that-
lives here in Colorado.
So that's what you can say about your rugs.
There you go. No, we love our glass piece. It's not a chandelier. It's just a glass sculpture that hangs from the ceiling.
I like that better.
Yep.
Very nice.
So I have a pretty cardinal story.
Oh, good.
When my son went to college in Cleveland, he said, Mom, they have these really strange robins here in Cleveland. They're all red and they're huge. And I said, that's not a robin, that's a cardinal.
Oh, that's no priest, that's a cardinal.
Yeah.
Michelle, where's the picture of the thing we planned this morning?
Over there.
The gulch?
That's Winter Angel.
Ooh.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it stunning?
That's gorgeous.
Give it the raspberries. That's beautiful.
Thank you. It's a lot of detail.
Michelle, what dye do you use? Do you like Cushing or?
I use 90% of the time Pro Chem.
Okay.
It's far more economical than Cushing. It's stronger and it goes further. But I also use Cushing dyes when I get in the mood. I have lots of them. And I also use Jacquard and whatever I get my hands on that seems like fun. They're all of those I just mentioned are acid dyes, so you can interchange them and mix them, and so that's one of my favorite things to do is dyeing.
Okay. And do you like to work off of, do you have your own recipes or do you just play?
Mostly I do custom dyeing, which is playing, but my daughter does the repeatable dyeing. So I have hundreds of formulas and she does those. And those are on my website and in my eBay store, so if I ever need more, I just give her the list and off she goes.
Very nice. So you can repeat it if somebody.
Yeah. Where's those ones we showed the other day then?
I have one right behind.
I'm gonna show you a couple of ones we just did recently. This one is called Monet Spot.
Wow. That's so fun.
Isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
And this one
Gorgeous.
is called Neon Purple.
Oh, nice.
your bark, if you love it and you ever need more, is called Rust. And you can order it as a spot dye, or as a wandering, or as a trans color. And I think most of you have wandering for your bark. Rust wandering.
I took a class last weekend on Zoom with a woman in India
Ooh.
for indigo dyeing.
Oh,
Ooh.
fun. How did that go?
It was she did an excellent job presenting.
Very nice.
But yeah, she's in India, and there was somebody in class in Kent. There was somebody else in. There were 4 of us total. We were all over the world. It was fun.
Wow. It's amazing, really, that
It's great.
we can do that.
I think that is one of the few good side effects of this.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Because I love taking classes. If you can't go anywhere, then, what's
Yes,
the point?
exactly. Might as well spend your time doing something fruitful.
Yes, exactly. I just had all sorts of classes canceled on me from, I like to take classes from a local art school. They do a lot of
Yeah,
adult
yeah.
classes. And the last one I had signed up for this year just got canceled. We were supposed to go to Taos to go paint.
Oh, fun. I still have one school on the books this year in Kansas City.
Oh,
They told me they have a big hall in a restaurant, and that they can all sit 10 feet apart and space out, and there's 15 people in the